And welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Tuesday, February 20th, 2018. Disclaimer quickly. Trading stocks is a high level of risk and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice. Not making any recommendations, always for your further homework. Good morning, Sue here. Hope you had a great long weekend. It's Tuesday morning and there's lots going on in the market. So with that, let's get straight into today's video. If you're a regular viewer, then you know I always start these videos off with a look at the Russell Index. And for that, I use the IWM, which is the ETF that represents the Russell 2000. And I like to step back and take a look at it on a 5-year monthly time frame. So for the purposes of today's video, I've taken away all my drawings because I want you to see the shape of the candle so far for the month of February. We had that big drop earlier in the month, and then we had price recovery of late. But I like to see the current monthly candle with relation to the prior several monthly candles. So December we had a doji. January we had bullish follow through from December, but selling towards the end of the month, creating this wick, and a big sell-off early in February, which we've recovered from, but we're right in that area of support that we'll be able to see when I put my drawings back on and take a look at it on the smaller time frame. So I'm going to go ahead and put those drawings back on. There we go. I usually like to look at nice clean charts. So we've got more lines than I normally do, but with the market gyrations, I just added a few more levels of support and resistance. So as a reminder, the blue line is long-term support resistance, kind of ignoring it for now. The orange is medium-term. The pink is short-term support, as well as this diagonal black line here, which I deem right now to be the most important, this one right here. And then this one that we drew on the smaller time frame. So I'm going to move it away from the monthly to the 2-year weekly. And again, I apologize for the sound still up at the cottage. With limited equipment, so I apologize for my fan just heats up during filming and it creates this background noise that I apologize for. So we're looking at the 2-year weekly chart. You can see the orange line of support down here, that diagonal wedge that I deem to be pretty important. The candle from last week, which was bullish after all of that selling, that was quite a bit of volume on the selling, that brought us right into our short-term area of support, the pink line. We bounced off of it, and we formed a bullish candle for the week, but we're right in this area where, to me, price gets a little dicey. I want to keep an eye on it in this area and see what happens, whether it reverts and goes lower, or if this candle is respected this week and we go higher from here. So that's the 2-year weekly look. Now I'm going to switch it over to the 6-month daily. So we had strong price action on Thursday and Friday. However, Friday's candle created a bit of a wick here at the top. I want to see a candle that's got a little more assertiveness to it up and over this black diagonal line. So as a reminder, this black diagonal line, at least to me, is very important. Filming this at about 10 to 9 on Tuesday morning. The futures are off quite a bit. So we're going to get a soft start to the day. Will price in the Russell start to roll here and pull us below this line? I'll be watching for that today. Or will we get recovery and a move up and higher from here? We'll see. But it was nice to see a little bit of price traction to the positive side Thursday, Friday. So keeping an eye in this area. I still don't have that nice strong bar up and over support that I wanted to see. Remember we drew it in on our chart last Thursday? A nice strong bullish looking candle for the day up and over this line that looks sort of more like this than these. So I'm not going to feature a new name for my watch list, but instead I'm going to put forward an old Chart of the Day Cafe pick that might be worth keeping an eye on in this area should this price weakness in the morning resolve itself to the upside and we get a positive day today. So we need to see a positive day, but if we do, here's one to keep an eye on. And so should the day recover, so we're starting off soft, but should we get some positive momentum in the markets later in the day and things recover, Here is an old Chart of the Day Cafe pick that I think might be worth taking a look at. I'm going to go back and review the scores on it this morning, so it still has the beautiful value score I look for. I'm all about value and growth. Those two things are absolutely critical to me. So it's got that beautiful high value score. It's got a current forecasted earnings growth rate going forward of 25%, a current PE of 26.35, and let's get back to the chart. So we're looking at the 1-year daily, Facebook, ticker symbol FB. It was our Chart of the Day Cafe featured chart here back in June of 2017. Had a nice run from there. We talked about Facebook again after the sell-off here. Might be looking for support. Sure enough, it was. It had a beautiful run from there. We talked about Facebook again here in later January. It had a little bit of an uptick from there. It's since come in with the overall market, but it's sitting at my orange line of support. And now I'm going to zoom it in a little bit because I want you to see the closer time frame on the 3-month daily. And just like we do with the Russell Index, I'm going to put a diagonal trend line in here and say, look, if price on the markets overall recover and start to resume that uptrend in the next couple of days, then Facebook would be one to keep an eye on with those beautiful scores. I would be looking for Facebook to break out of this little diagonal trend line here, resume the uptrend, and move up and over that blue 8-day EMA that we use as our guide. So just to reiterate, it's all about the markets recovering and moving with our individual pick. So looking at Facebook, should we get that price strength resuming in the markets today, tomorrow? We'll see. Wanted to review the ones that we put forward on Thursday, ABBV, which had a nice uptick from there. We featured this one in our video last week. And RDS.B, which I still think looks really good in this area. So here is our green circle day for Royal Dutch Shell. It's consolidating a little bit. Just like Facebook, I would just do this kind of thing and say, look, if Royal Dutch Shell breaks through this little wedge and moves higher, might be one to keep an eye on as well. With that, I'll leave you. My next video goes out on Thursday. Have a great next couple of days.